Shut up and sit down.
What's going on, guys? This is the MMA Complex. My name is Josh.
And I'm James.
And we're back, brand new episode.
A birthday edition.
Birthday edition. My birthday, actually. It is September 22nd, 2020. It is a Tuesday afternoon. So, yeah, it's my birthday. 35 years young.
Ooh. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I wish I was 35 again.
I know. You're a couple of years older than me, but
yeah,
it does feel different. It feels different.
How
I
so?
think, well, because like 25 feels different. I think these milestone ones, like 25 feels different. You know, you're not a kid anymore, and then you kind of...
You're not old, but you're not young either.
You're not young either, but you kind of have to reevaluate, at least if you give a shit, reevaluate where you're at and where you're headed.
Mm-hmm.
And so 25 was a changing kind of like year for me, I remember.
30 is always a big one.
Yeah, 30 was a big one. 30 kind of hits you like after, and you're like, it just, I don't know.
And it seems like after you turn 21, like the years fly.
Uh-huh.
But 30 is depressing. I found myself depressed.
Really? 25 I was depressed. Because
Really?
I felt like, I'm like, damn, I'm like not where I want to be at 25. Like I had barely scratched the surface of going to school. I was working like 2 shit little jobs. I was in either at the end of a shitty relationship, or at least I'd just gotten out of one. And it was like, I don't know. It was just not where I wanted to be. And I was super depressed about that. And I think kind of made things worked out. I made the switch, worked hard, met my wife now. And then I think 30 is when kind of things kind of felt good. So I was happy where I was career-wise, graduated college already, long time, me and my wife were already dating for a few years by then. And then I was a little bit more content where I was. I wasn't happy, but I was content where I was. I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm good, and I could build on it. And then now I'm 35, and it's different. It's a mix of both. A little depressed because I'm 35. I'm in my mid-30s. Reevaluating career stuff, economy, and the world is like a completely different place now. And then I got a family now. It's great with a kid and all that. So it's like it's interesting to see where I'm at 35.
Were you dreading it last night?
No. I even woke up this morning and my wife was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" And I'm like, I was like, obviously I was like half awake, but I was like, "Oh shit, it is, huh?" Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy.
Let's go. We had like something small with the family and all that over the weekend. So it was like, damn, you finished your michelada. So we're drinking some micheladas,
it was so
Estrella
good.
Jalisco micheladas, spicy piñas.
Yeah, it's
They're
good.
good.
I had one in a long time. So
Yeah,
it was really tasty.
it was freaking awesome. Probably this one, I think Modelo has a couple some good ones.
Well, I think when we remember when we went to Vegas and I got that Tamarindo one from Modelo? That one was fucking good.
That was good.
That was really good.
So these are good. We put a little tahini on it. Squirt a little lime in there.
It's
I
so
got
good.
another
It's
can
so
in there.
good.
I want to make another one later.
It's so good because it's like the right temperature.
Yeah, it's been in the fridge. I've been saving them for like.
So good.
It kind of worked out for this day. It wasn't on purpose, but for this day,
Oh, yeah.
I was saving it.
So good.
Gonna get some Thai food later, so we're ordering some.
Oh, cool.
Doing some.
All right.
Banana Bay. But yeah, man, 35. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
mean,
good.
this is my last year of my 30s, so
I
fucking
know,
shit.
40 next year. The big 4-0.
That's. I'm dreading it. Fucking dreading it. Because it's one thing to say that you're 30 and it sounds up. When you say you're 40,
It's a whole different thing, man.
Like over the hill.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis.
It's a whole different thing. But I think, I don't know. I think now you're headed in, I don't know. You're just like, I think you're going to go into 40 kind of like I would say how I felt somewhat around 30, but I'm hoping to feel that again by the time I'm 42. And
Yeah.
like even now, I'm hoping to feel that. But like a lot of things are going well for you.
Yeah.
Got a girlfriend, got promotion.
Yeah.
You know, you're making plans for future trips and maybe even kids one day, like we talked about last episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I came in the cup on Wednesday. So.
Yeah, you lost 35 pounds.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Over this quarantine.
Yeah.
Treating yourself on the regular.
And I think, I think I have like another like 40 years tops before I die.
Probably. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
About 80 years old, you probably broke.
I don't think there's going to be any magic pill or any robotic stuff that's really going to be able to help us live longer than.
No.
I think
it's depressing when you think about it. Like, I got 40 years to live.
Yeah.
And that's it. My expiration date's coming soon.
Do you think we'll see flying cars by the time?
I hope so,
80?
but I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe, huh?
Yeah, I don't think we're too far off. I mean, we're seeing cars that drive itself.
In 40 years?
I think so.
That's a good amount. A lot has happened in 40 years.
That's true.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
But as society-wise, like how we kind of operate, hasn't been a big, gigantic shift like you see in the movies.
No.
You know, it's not Back to the Future version yet. You
know, we're far from that.
Yeah, we're far from that.
But I think, it's not far-fetched. I mean, also they invented a time machine, but I know that's impossible to do.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna. I think that's something that I can say is impossible to create. Yeah, why not? They found gas in.
Is it Neptune? I think it was Neptune. Yeah, I saw the story. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something.
Yeah. And there's all these like a bunch of CIA, FBI shit that's coming out that we've recovered stuff where they have footage on like, these fighter jet footage.
Yeah.
It could be drones.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, I think everything is possible, but I do rule out a time machine ever being created.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fucking awesome.
I'm hoping that I at least avoid any like big natural disaster like an asteroid.
Oh, speaking of natural disasters, it's for the earthquake the other day.
Yeah.
It was Friday.
Friday night, right?
Yeah,
Friday.
I think so. Yeah, it was. I love earthquakes.
Really?
I'm a sick
were you
fuck.
Up or were you asleep?
I was asleep. My sister was like yelling, "Earthquake! Earthquake!" I said, I was kind of just laughing. I was like, "This is an earthquake." I went back to sleep.
Yeah, it was like I was here.
Alone,
and everybody was basically asleep.
Yeah,
and damn, it hit hard though.
It did hit hard.
It fucking hit hard, man. It was
quick, but
midnight
hard.
Friday night, and it. Damn, it was like a bomb went off, like a small bomb, like a car bomb.
It's weird because you can hear it before you feel it.
Yeah,
like you hear like a rumble.
Yeah, it was like boom. It was like, oh shit, and it's like I was like, oh fuck. So I got up right away. I was watching TV. I got up right away, and I was like, because I ran to the room, go check. Check.
So you ran during the earthquake or after?
Yeah, I ran during the earthquake. Not out of fear. Yeah. But I was like, I needed to go over there fast because I didn't know how long it was going to last or what was going to happen. So I was like, nothing's going to fucking fall on me. I could get there. Quick enough.
Yeah.
No big deal.
But it was already done
by the time I got to the room.
It was done.
Yeah.
And your wife and kid.
No, my son Julian was asleep still, I think. And she was like, she had her eye open real quick, like, is that an earthquake? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you all right? And she's like, yeah, it woke me up. It scared me real quick. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, it's okay. It's over now. She's like, all right. And then that was it.
Same with me. I kind of woke up. I felt it. Well, I woke up before then. I think I went to the restroom or something like that. And then I was already awake. And then it happened. I was kind of laughing. And then it just ended. And I went back to bed.
It happened not that far away from here. I think the epicenter was at San Gabriel, like El Monte area.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was like right here.
Because it felt like it was strong.
Yeah, and then I saw on Twitter, people over there in like Santa Monica and all this stuff, it scared the shit out of them. So can you imagine? Like we were like right here. So
we're in the middle of it. Yeah, because El Monte is down the street from where I live.
Yeah.
It's not too far from here.
Yeah, but the epicenter is right there. San Gabriel, El Monte, Alhambra-ish, like right there.
Damn,
It's crazy, man.
Asian town, Asian Cholo town.
Yeah, 4.5, 4 point.
It felt stronger than that. Maybe because we're so close.
I think they had it first at 4.8, and then they brought it down to a 4.5. It was a good one. It was a good one. It didn't last a long time, but it was pretty crazy.
Like I was expecting like aftershocks, but
yeah, you know what? I looked up the Northridge earthquake, which happened like 94.
Yeah, I remember because that one I'll never forget because I was supposed to meet the Power Rangers that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where
at some shopping mall. They're gonna do the autograph session or whatever, and I was so fucking excited to go to meet my fucking crush Kimberly.
Yeah.
No, I can
they canceled it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I used to fucking be outside kicking trees, pretending they're putties. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. That's 94. At 94. Yeah, I remember it happening in the morning. I remember going to the living room. The family was up, and then we had just a TV from the light. I just remember that, and then I remember newscasters at the time that like one of them, you could tell had just woken up, and he was like, ran into the office, and he had like fucking bags under his eyes.
Holy shit!
I remember.
That was what we're saying about aftershocks.
Oh yeah, it was a 6.7.
Oh shit!
With the Northridge, 6.7, which I thought it was a little bit stronger, but when you think about it, 4.5 rocked the shit out of us.
Like it was strong.
6.7, and that one lasted 20-something seconds, 30-something seconds. That one lasted a long time. I remember that. I remember with the Northridge how long it lasted and how they caused a lot of damage. Freeways toppled. Buildings caught on fire and shit. Changed building codes.
Shit, that's crazy.
That. Yeah, that was 94. And then 6.7. I don't know why. I thought it was like a 7 point something.
Close to 7.
8. But
imagine 8.
Imagine 8. I wouldn't be surprised if we had an 8. Other countries have gotten 8. Mexico has gotten 8. All these other countries usually have gotten 8.
Damn. That's gonna be fucking scary.
Yeah. I think our building codes and all that, and the infrastructure could probably hold up a bit, better than a lot of those other countries.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I don't really want to experience one of those. But even a 5 is pretty, especially if it's that close. Fucks you up, man. What else did you do this weekend?
This weekend, I didn't do much. I don't. Oh, I was that.
I was gonna say. Oh no, go on.
Oh, like besides coming in the cup.
Yeah. I was like, you wanted part 2.
Like part 2
of coming to the cup.
Yeah, coming to the cup. Yeah. So Wednesday I had to go. My appointment was at 7:30 in the morning, so I had to come in the cup by 6:45. I think it needs to be sealed. I think 45 minutes before your appointment time.
Yeah.
I fucking woke up late.
So for those who haven't listened to the last episode or whatever, just hearing this, James and his girlfriend are kind of getting tests done to check on their fertility.
Yeah. So I woke up fucking late, and I looked at the clock and I'm like, fuck, I got to come like in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like
she agreed to pick you up after all.
So she was on her way to my house to pick me up at 6:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
I overslept, and I'm like, fuck, I got 10 minutes to fucking come.
Yeah.
And then my mom was in the restroom the whole time. So I was like, fuck, man, I need to fucking jack off and fucking come. So she got out. I went in there. I was like, fuck, I'm not even turned on. So I was getting my elephant skin and just fucking trying to make it hard. And finally, I did it and I was able to. I was late. I was like 3 minutes off. I think I sealed it at 6:51, but like at that point, it's not even pleasurable.
Was she waiting outside for you?
Yeah. I was like, hold on. My mom, I texted her. My mom was done. Push play on the porn.
Yeah. What did you watch? What was your porn selection?
Oh, some black chick getting fucked. She had a big old ass. I couldn't help it. Fuck.
Was it a go-to? Or did you?
No, I just went in my history. But yeah, because I think on X videos you can go through your history.
Yeah.
But No, dude, it wasn't even pleasurable because like I didn't like it's something like I had to do in 10 minutes. So I didn't feel no satisfaction at all. It felt like have you ever like peed and it burned? That's how I felt when I came.
Yeah, yeah. I felt that before.
It wasn't that sensation. That's how I just felt. I think it was too early for my fucking shit to come out.
Okay, so your porn, was it a go-to or did you just search whatever popped up first?
No, I went through my history because I remember they even get into like black porn. So, because of the fucking big asses. Oh my God. Especially the ones with the fucking like nappy hair. I love that shit. So yeah, I used to do that or like Japanese porn.
There's a couple of them that have like the froze.
Yeah,
those are cool, man.
Yeah, I don't think
super dark ones that have like big froze.
Oh yeah, love them.
Yeah,
but like when it comes to Asian porn, like I can't watch like the guys and the girls because they have like fucking small dicks. I want like want the girl to be in pain.
that and the Japanese ones, you can't. They blur it out most of the time.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
It's kind of weird that they do that.
Yeah,
majority that I come across is blurred out.
But I do like I like to do the interracial Japanese ones because the Japanese guys have small dicks and I don't know. I need see the bitch in pain.
You got to see her tested.
Yeah,
yeah, I get you. And you're saying you were telling me that it is not that easy for you to just.
No, like I didn't like I didn't be in the mood. I guess because of my age, I didn't be in the mood and want to do it. This felt like a chore.
Yeah.
So there was no pleasure in it at all. Even when it came in the cup, I was like, "Fuck." And then my dumbass had the cup on top of the counter, so I had to fucking reach and grab it and it was fuck. It was all over the place.
That's a mission too. Like I don't know how you would even like.
I like angle it like that and fucking and then fucking shake it all the way in there. And give my fucking kid a doctor to my unborn kids.
There's the pressure too of like being on time and you have to like.
I knew I got to do it in 10 minutes. I knew that she was outside waiting for me.
Yeah.
So I had to hurry up.
Yeah. I don't know. I could.
You can do it.
Oh yeah. Real quick.
Yeah. Fuck. I guess because I like fucking like teasing myself, like stop it and I don't know.
Yeah. No. It's not as fun. It's not as fun. I like prolong it.
Yeah,
keep the thing going, but yeah,
it was tough, but yeah, so I guess at the doctor's office, I didn't put my name on the cup, so now this cup's fucking see-through. I don't know if any of you guys ever done it, but it's a see-through cup. So when she handed me the cup to put my name on, you can fucking see my fucking disgusting load in that fucking cup.
It's fucking was it yellowish?
No, it looked like lotion.
Because sometimes it comes out yellowish.
Yeah,
I don't know, like maybe if you haven't done it in a bit.
No, I do quite often. So, but I do remember like taking a sniff before I sealed it.
Yeah,
I took a whiff of it. So like fucking chlorine.
Now, when you handed it to her, did you look her in the eye? The
no.
lady?
I felt bad for the lady. She had to fucking test my fucking dirty cum. Fuck. Yeah, I felt bad for her.
She could see it in there. It's like,
yeah.
I always feel awkward giving them my piss too. Yeah. It's like. Here you go.
No, cum is a whole new.
Cum's a whole different thing, man.
And there was this guy. It was all chicks, like chicks that want to get pregnant or pregnant chicks already. They were in the waiting room. Hot ones, because this is in Fullerton.
Yeah,
bunch of like hot moms, Asian and white. And there's another guy that walks in with a cup. But I thought he was like me, where he dispensed at his house. No, he was fucking there to do it. The thing, all the nurses are super hot. Say, okay, well, come on, I'll take you to the room so you can dispense. And she opens the room, I take a quick peek, and it's fucking, magazines upon magazines.
I wouldn't touch any of that.
Fuck no, me neither. No. It's not even sanitary.
No, it's not sanitary.
No, fuck no.
Like, I don't even know why they still have that, especially now with Corona.
But then I was telling my girlfriend, how does anybody, like, can
feel comfortable in that area? Yeah.
That, and I can't, like get off on a still picture.
No.
I need
it has to be something action. Really special, like a
celebrity or
really,
something.
A really attractive one that just stands out. Yeah, I could probably figure it out.
But just to see like a girl in a magazine, I won't be able to do it. No. I'd rather just do my fucking dirty ass thoughts I have in my head already pouring into my brain. But yeah, I saw the room, and I said, "Poor guy."
Did you tell the nurse, "Oh, there's plenty more. There's plenty more where that came from."
Yeah, I know, seriously. But like. Because it's not far from everybody else. It's like right in the middle of the, like in the back
like
room.
the waiting room, huh?
Like where the doctor, no, like in the back where the doctors work.
Okay.
Like where the the computer area, like where they checking people.
Yeah.
It's like right behind the receptionist.
So people see you come out. The shame, and the sweat.
Fucking shame, the
sweat on you.
The smell. Fuck. Yeah, so I felt bad for the guy. It sucked.
So you got your test results when?
In 10 days. So tomorrow will be a week. So I think this week.
Okay. So the next episode we'll recap and talk about the test results.
If my kids are good or not. If I'm able to have kids, who knows? We'll find out.
Let's get into some fights.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Good fights.
Yeah, good fights this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this past weekend, I mean, you had a great card, man. You had Bellator's not Bellator. You had UFC on UFC Vegas. Yeah, UFC Vegas 11. I guess that's what the hashtags are. This is Covington versus Woodley, and notable mentions. We're not going to get into the other cards that happened this past weekend. I knew Invicta had a card. One Championship had a card, and a couple others. But the big one of the weekend was definitely the Covington versus Woodley card.
A free one too.
Yeah, let's get to the main event right away. So, Colby Covington defeats Tyron Woodley by TKO. Injury to the ribs. Ended up being a broken rib. Ara Hawani posted out a photo of the CAT scan of the X-ray, maybe a day or two after, and it was a clean break. It was a straight up diagonal clean break of like one of the lower ribs. Not sure exactly how it happened. Obviously, in the position.
Was it during the guillotine?
He had like a guillotine kind of. Woodley had Covington in a guillotine, but mainly he was in that position because Covington, in a way, slammed him and picked him up and slammed him. It wasn't a hard slam.
Yeah.
And then the fighting for position while they're in there, Woodley still had him in the guillotine for even before and after the slam. Necessarily wasn't a tight guillotine. It's just they were up against the cage, so it was kind of hard for Covington to kind of squirm out of it. He wasn't going to get tapped or anything like that. And then Woodley starts reeling in pain, and then tells the ref that he's done and he starts immediately grabbing his ribs, and then you have Covington praising the win. But the fight overall was
a one-sided fight.
It was a one-sided fight. I mean, Woodley did enough. Not enough to make it at least slightly competitive. Way more than he did in his last two other fights. This is 3 in a row for Covington. Or not Covington, Woodley.
Woodley, yeah.
Hasn't won a round in 3 fights.
Oof.
Almost 5 rounds each. All of those fights were 5 rounds each. And Luke Thomas brought a good point. If you break those down, counting the last one stoppage and the other one, you break it down, it's almost a 5-fight losing streak if you break it down to 3 rounds.
Oh yeah, because it's all championship fights.
Yeah, they're all championship fights, and the length of time and the amount of rounds, you could break it up into like almost 5. Down during the math, I think it's at 5 regular bouts, and one of them stopping in like the first or second round. So it's not a good look for him. He's 3 in championship fights, and he's almost 4.5 in regular bouts.
That's bad.
And it's bad, and not competitive in the slightest. And I think a lot of people were hoping that he would turn it around in this fight, make it slightly competitive. But we talked about it. We knew,
because Woodley hasn't been the same since he lost his title to Usman.
No, and something happened before then, or in between his last fight before that, to where his focus, his drive, his everything is just out.
Do you think motivation. It's the whole TMZ job that he has?
I think so. I think he doesn't have
the hunger to compete.
The hunger.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't have the motivation.
Yeah, and it shows in his fights.
And it shows. So the fight, Covington pushed the pressure, put the pace on. Didn't put as much output that he normally does, but it was enough to just keep Woodley.
He's a beast, dude.
At bay. And then Covington's a beast, man. Dude, Covington did an amazing job. He controlled the fight the entire, as long as it lasted.
He's almost like Nathan, or he's almost like the Diaz brothers. He just goes forward and he pressures you and he pressures you.
Great boxing, great wrestling defense, great wrestling.
He can fucking hold you down when he wants and then
great cardio.
Punish you.
Great cardio, can take a punch. Is a good size to where he's not oversized and he's not undersized. He's right there. Doesn't have enough he's not bulky.
He's so calm too.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
And
he's
motivated.
So good.
And motivated.
He's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. And he proves it every time.
I mean, he wants to fight Masvidal. That'd be an interesting fight.
Yeah. So I guess he made some changes for this camp. New team, new everything.
Yeah.
This is a centrally focused Colby Incorporated.
Yeah.
You know. Calling out Masvidal because obviously Usman and Gilbert Burns are fighting next.
That's a great fight.
So he wants Masvidal. I don't know if Masvidal is going to bite. But the fight overall, at least for itself, played out kind of like how I expected.
Yeah. And I don't think Masvidal's going to fight because I think he has Diaz in his back pocket. The money fight is the Diaz fight.
And as far as Dana is concerned, there's not it's not a traction in that fight. So we don't know if that's going to happen. But the fight overall, what are your thoughts on it?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, it's sad how Woodley kind of just dropped down that much. He looks flat-footed. He just looks unmotivated. He just looks like he's beaten before he walks in that cage.
And do you think it's the TMZ and the rapping?
I just think there's a lot of like distractions out there, and I think that once he lost the title, I think he knew that GSP fight that he's always wanted is out the door.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of it has to do with that.
Yeah, I think too. I think the distractions outside. I think the fact that he doesn't have the title anymore, and he's 39, almost 40. I don't think he has.
I don't know why he doesn't
energy.
Quit.
I don't think he has the energy.
I mean, just
the
retire.
Motivation.
I don't like. You have the ESPN gig.
Yeah.
You have the TMZ gig. I mean, why put yourself through the training camp? Why beat yourself up during practice to fight for probably less money than when you're getting paid at TMZ?
Yeah. You can have your own TMZ show which he does already. Almost. Yeah. You can even be more involved in kind of like, you know,
the entertainment business.
He already does kind of movies here and there, little cameos.
Yeah.
And I think with all that in mind, he's got everything going from outside of the cage, commentary, opportunities there. He could focus on that a little bit more if he wanted to. Even branch out to other organizations that you don't think. I think one championship. I think Bellator will gladly take a Woodley on their commentary team. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I don't know where he goes from here. I know he's saying that he's not planning to retire just yet. As far as Dana's concerned, he should. And as far as Colby, Masvidal is looking like the best fight for him. I don't think he should look back at anybody. I don't think he should take a Leon Edwards. I don't think he should take anybody else in the division other than Woodley, or set himself up as an alternate for the Usman Gilbert Burns.
Or fight Nick Diaz if he ever returns.
Or fight Nick. That'll be even better for him. Money grab right there. Another thing I want to touch on was people were talking a lot about Colby's post-fight comments. His pre-fight stuff wasn't that crazy.
Oh, the whole like domestic terrorists and Black Lives Matter is a sham.
Yeah, and that they're evil and this and that.
Yeah.
I don't. Now the UFC saying that we're all free speech. We're about free speech.
Bullshit.
Not when it's about them. Not when they talk. Not when their employees talk about them. Not when.
And no one tells them that. Huh? No one calls out Dana.
No one calls out fucking Dana, man. You know why? Because all these fucking reporters that are there are all too chicken, and they don't want to get banned by the UFC. Which that was a perfect opportunity to test him.
But is Kevin Iole going to get banned? I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. A guy like Kevin Iole, a guy like what's his fucking name? John Morgan.
John Morgan.
They're the biggest names. What's the other guy? Pro wrestling too. He does pro wrestling. Meltzer.
Oh, Dave Meltzer.
Yeah. So Meltzer and Iole, John Morgan.
John Morgan, yeah.
Those are the type of guys that should really put the pressure, especially at John Morgan. Stop being a little bitch, a little quiet.
Yeah,
Even though you're
always
super
asking
nice.
questions.
Even though I like him, he's super nice, but he's super quiet. Yeah, I get it. He's probably got a family, and he's already got first dibs. But if you were to really put them to the test and speak on that kind of stuff, on the hypocrisy and the bullshit that comes from Dana sometimes, where like it's proven, we have a proven track record that you're not all about free speech.
Yeah.
And do you really like? Do you still even though you're about, let's say you're saying you're about free speech now, and you know whatever, we'll take you for your word. Listening to Colby's comments, and I think Dana went up first and grabbed the mic before Colby did.
Yeah, he did.
So he didn't even hear Colby's comments yet. But they still asked him, I think, sort of in that way, like, do you feel that, rhetoric like that and comments like that can incite even more violence in and outside of the cage? And do you feel like the UFC at some point should step in at some point?
Yeah.
And no one asked that question. And it's like, I think his comments, I think if he didn't cross that line, he was pretty damn close.
He crossed the line?
He was basically, if he crossed the line, I think he crossed the line. I think he did. He's crossing into dangerous territory.
But do you think he really means those things? Like he really believes it, or do you think it's still part of his gimmick?
I think it's 50-50.
I
don't think he feels super strong about it, but I also think
that sounds like it's pretty convincing to me. Oh,
but I think
he maybe not.
But he still went for it.
Yeah.
Whether he fully believes it or not, he's grabbing all those talking points and all those opinions and going full on with it. So all those people out there that know Colby and are like, oh, it's just an act. He's a good guy. He's one of the coolest guys you ever meet. And, you know, there are different ethnicities and stuff like that. And they're all like, he's a great guy. This is an act. He's pushing the envelope. He's getting to...
The white guys are going to be fucking cheering. Now he's our guy.
He's getting to the territory of hate. And it's not fight talk anymore. He's almost crossing the line of fight talk, where it's like he's crossed that line where it's fight talk. And it's hate
saying
speech.
That Black Lives Matter is a sham.
Yeah, like I get you can talk about Woodley, you can talk about
his
him,
mental weakness,
his game, his career, how he's done.
Don't bring in.
But when you're talking about
a whole like social justice issue or a race, and
you're basically talking shit about black people. That's what you're basically. Without saying it, you're talking shit about black people. Yeah. In public,
you calling them domestic terrorists.
You're talking about domestic terrorism. You're calling them evil. What the movement's for. You're
saying they're bad people. He said that they're bad people.
And it's like, you gotta. What are you really saying? Are you saying the movement is out? Are you saying black people? Are you saying like?
But going back on like how we feel like the media should call them out, especially the higher rank ones who have that liberty.
They should.
But like I agree with that. But also, why isn't any outsourced media that doesn't cover MMA calling them out or asking for a statement from the UFC?
Yeah, but we've seen where the UFC has tried, if not fully banned, media members, and a lot of these guys don't want to.
But I'm sure there's media outlets that can get a soundbite from that press conference and then make a story out of it. I
think big names or people attached to big name companies should test them. Yeah, because they have backup.
That's a story, and that's the particle sun.
UFC is censoring.
Yeah, and then like just a few weeks before that, you see Covington and Dana White at Trump's White House taking pictures.
And that's the problem too, is that Colby's gimmick or his way of thinking is somewhat in line with the higher ups at the UFC. They're Trump supporters. They're proud Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Colby is the Trump supporting mascot, and he's saying all the shit.
It's hard to like support the UFC, but
especially when they don't, when they're not I want to say I want them to censor it, but when they're not reeling in,
But they should look at that as something dangerous.
yeah, it is.
The things that Kobe's saying is a dangerous thing because that can have a negative reaction
have
when it
violence.
comes to their ethnic audience.
Yeah, your ethnic fighters, the people on your staff.
Yeah,
You're
pretty much alienating.
Yeah,
those people.
You're saying it's okay for him to say a lot of those things.
Yeah,
and when it has nothing to even do with the fight.
Mm-hmm. And to me, when someone keeps their mouth shut, it's a quiet way of saying they agree with them.
Yeah, and that's what Dana's doing, and no one, especially in the media, are testing him. Yeah. And if Kevin Iole gets banned, it's not going to make news. He should test him, but they fucking don't. Ariel,
yeah.
He's already they don't mind punking Ariel, but he's attached to ESPN now, so if they do it, it'll make news. So that's on Ariel's side. It's good, but. Yeah, like, these news.
You got like DC.
Yeah, you got like DC. You got. It's not a gimmick. That's the thing. It's not a gimmick anymore. He's crossing that line of reality. It not a reality. He's blurring reality and entertainment.
Yeah,
and I think he pushed it a little bit there. I'm not saying he can't do his whole Trump gimmick thing, but he's pushing
do all that well. But
he's pushing.
Keep your thoughts about your president to the public. That's fine, but don't bring any race or talk down to all that stuff.
You can't demean a race. You can't demean a religion.
No,
it's not about the fight anymore.
No.
So that's a problem. That's a problem I felt about it. I thought he was crossing the line a bit. And to his defense though, the reporters were asking him. I don't know. I wouldn't even say it was to his defense because the reporter the person that was asking him the questions was kind of like beating around the bush, and inciting him to like go more. You know, what about Black Lives Matter? What about Woodley the sport? What about these people? Like
his voice sounded like he was.
I think he was black.
He was a black guy, right?
But it was like, say it. Ask him like what you really want to like. You know. Or ask him in a real question. Don't just kind of like try to get a soundbite out of him. But it worked. He got a soundbite out of him. It pushed Colby to really double down on his character, on his
gimmick.
Either his real thoughts or his gimmick. And I think it was a blurring of a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, I can never deny he's a great fighter.
Yeah,
but this is how he really feels, and he's a shit person.
I think a part of it's and. If I keep hearing a lot of these people that are like, you know, Dominic Cruz, Brandon Schaub, all these other people that are like, that know the guy, and not just them, but a lot of people are saying like,
and keep defending him,
it
makes him look like
even Felder on the commentary was like, he's a super nice guy. This is a kind of a gimmick. He's running with his gimmick.
Yeah,
he's blurring. He's fucking that whole reputation up. Mm-hmm. I think. Also on the card, I mean, you have Mackenzie Dern picking up a win. Kazma Chimaev destroying Gerald Meerschaert in the first round.
He wins again.
17 seconds in the first round. One punch in the whole freaking fight. And then
he wins again. Harmless. I mean, not harmless, but
no mark on him.
No mark on him. Yeah, on his body.
Damn.
Again.
And
he fought twice in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah.
He can fight.
Dana's saying like this guy is like, I've never seen this before. Mm-hmm. He's like, there's guys that want to get turned around quick, but they ask for a little bit of time in between. This guy's like, put me on tomorrow's card, next card. And he's getting at the thing is he's
cashing in, man.
He's cashing in and he's getting out of
the notoriety.
Yeah. He's building up a reputation. He's building up a big fearful reputation for the guys in his division. And he's getting out of these fights unharmed, which is even more to his credit. He goes in there, puts a little bit of, you know.
I mean, this guy can fight like 9 times a year and get paid and not get hurt.
Paid, man.
That's fucking crazy.
And I think for him too, I'm sure they signed him at a decent deal. He's going to fight out his deal.
Yeah.
Before the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know, if he stays on this role.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny Walker defeating Ryan Spann. I don't think Johnny Walker looked that good. I think it was a sloppy,
very sloppy.
fight.
He's lucky he won that fight.
He's lucky he won that fight. And I think he's going to have to really make some big changes. I don't think going to Ireland and half-assing a camp with them, coming into his card and with almost like no game plan, it seemed like.
He's always...
It's not looking good for him.
No.
You know? And
the hype train is going down.
Yeah, the hype train's going down fast. Even though he picked up a win, it did not look good.
He looked sloppy, yeah.
Mackenzie Dern picking up a win.
She needed that win.
Win. She got it. She looked good.
Really good.
Getting it done in the armbar.
Then she got an award for it, right?
Yeah. Armbar, Randa Marcos, nasty armbar. Looked great on the ground. And then Kevin Holland defeating Darren Stewart. The next one I really want to dive into is Donna Cerrone versus Nico Price. Now, Donna Cerrone and Nico Price went to a majority draw, mainly for the reason that Nico Price had 2 to 3 eye pokes on Cerrone. There was even a eye poke there where they both poked each other's eye. And then Nico Price, it was a 3-round bout. Nico Price came in hot, unloaded on Cerrone. Cerrone basically stood there eating elbows and punches and not even firing back. Looked almost like just shell shock. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
I mean, he has a shell of himself now.
A shell.
It's sad to watch him fight.
Woke up and then he's lucky he fought a person like Nico Price who was willing to stand and bang with him, because if he had somebody that wanted to really test him and had some power, like, it would have been a quick night for him. Woke up in towards the second round, started making a little bit competitive. Same in the third, and I mean, it came up a draw, but I think Cerrone looked horrible.
Yeah,
he looked gun shy. He looked slow, and he looked like a shell of his former self.
And I think a lot of that has to do with him not ever evolving ever. He's been the same cowboy since day one.
Yeah.
But age caught up to him, and this is what happens when you're that age and still fighting the way he does.
The only moment of, like, he had some moments there of, like, head kicks, and when he got Nico to the ground.
That's right, yeah.
And he looked good there, and we always known he was like a beast on the ground, just never really used it, or very rarely used it. Very little head movement. And you listen to him in the post-fight press conference, and he was saying that, like, in the first round, he ate so many shots, and he was just like, he didn't know what was going on in his head. He just didn't want to be there, and was almost like wanting to see how many shots he could take before he goes down. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's scary.
It's scary, man. And he considers this a loss. Oh, technical difficulties. He considers this a loss. He considers this 5 in a row for him.
But yet he still wants to fight.
This is a 5 in a row for him, because it wasn't for those eye pokes, he would have lost.
Yeah, but he still wants to, he acknowledges that, but he still wants to fight.
Yeah, but he still wants to fight. I don't know why.
He's gonna be like, I think all the shots to the head are gonna affect him in the future.
And you got 2 young children. Do you need money? Is that why you're doing it? I know you're a fighter, you're a competitor. You're always one of those guys that fought 1,000,001 times, like 5 times in a year. But you have all the records. You know, you've had a long career, and you've been famous for a long time. You've done everything. You lived a lot. I don't know what else is there to do, man. You're not going to get a title. Like, what's there to do? Like,
and if he struggles with Nick Price, and what's going to happen when he fights a top 10 guy?
We know what's going to happen with elites. The top 5, he can't hang.
Oh, hell no! He'll get destroyed.
Yeah, you're barely hanging in there. You lost against a top 5 or a top 10.
Yeah,
top 15. I don't know. Like, what are you going to really do?
And the top 10, top 15 guys are going to bring you money. Like, you're going to be fighting the prelims, most likely.
So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping. I know that Nico Price and Cerrone are going to I think they're going to set a rematch for this.
Okay.
Probably late at the end of the year, early next year.
And I hope that's the last fight.
I hope that's his last fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if Nico goes in there and stops him.
I hope it's his last
fight.
Yeah.
Because the damage, You got 2 young children. Do you want to even know their names in a few years? Like
He's
seriously,
becoming like a Liddell.
yeah. I think he will go out like that. I don't know the way he's talking.
Yeah.
I think he will go out like that. Fight when he's like 50. Come back when he's
God, that's crazy. That's sad.
get knocked out. Ugh. I don't. It doesn't look like it's gonna turn out well for him. The way he's going. Like you have 2 kids. One you just had one a week or so ago, and
That's
it still
crazy.
doesn't realign your priorities and your future. Like that's still 2 kids, young babies, and you still are not thinking
there
about.
and,
Yeah, you still want to go there and do that to yourself. I
That's
think
crazy.
Woodley, Cerrone, I think this was their last. This should have been their last test.
Their curtain call.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
fighters. That's not gonna be the case really. Let's get to this weekend's cards. We're gonna give our picks for this weekend. You have Cage Warriors got a card this weekend. 2 cards. Bellator Europe Edwards and Van Stennis, Fabian Edwards. They have a small card going on this weekend. Bellator. Cage Warriors has 3. Is that true? Yeah, Cage Warriors has 3 cards going on this weekend.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. UFC 253. Adesanya versus Costa. This is gonna be a
It's a great fight.
great fight, man. The undercard, Diego Sanchez, Jake Matthews.
I can't believe Diego's still fighting.
I know.
It's a very underwhelming card.
It's a very underwhelming card. Sajara Eubanks making a quick return. It's top heavy, top 2. Co-main event, main event. Co-main event, Jan Blachowicz, Dominic Reyes, vacant light heavyweight title. Dominic Reyes nearly beat John Jones. A lot of people say he did. Blachowicz been destroying people along the way. These 2 finally meet. This is going to solidify who's the light heavyweight champion of
I'm gonna go with
the world.
Dominic Reyes, man.
I'm going to go with Dominic Reyes too.
Yeah.
Lighter on the feet, long, rangy, super tall.
And he's been in there with the best of the best.
And he's put himself up against the best of the best.
Yeah, so
The only thing that sets him aside from Blachowicz is Blachowicz has power.
yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But Dominic Reyes has a lot of power too, but it's got to be that really precise stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Jan is like, he just lands something heavy on you. It's it.
That's it. Lights out.
It's going to be interesting, those 2. I think it's going to primarily stay on the feet, but we'll see how that goes. Paulo Costa, Israel Adesanya. They're both undefeated. Paulo Costa 13-0, Israel 19-0.
I'm going with
Middleweight title.
Stylebender, man. I
Stylebender.
think his kickboxing experience is going to help him in this fight. He's quick on his feet. His striking is top level. I think he has good enough wrestling where he can stop, take down or stuff him. And I think overall he has more tools in his toolbox than Acosta.
Same. I think Israel is just too precise, too accurate, tall, long, lean, light on the feet. I think Paulo is super aggressive, big, powerful, and he goes forward and he lands. He's got great stand up. It's not as accurate as Israel's, but it's.
I think
polished.
like I can see Israel tiring Acosta out.
It's not gonna be easy for Israel.
No,
I don't
it's
think it's
not.
gonna be easier unless he catches him like that and with a 1-shot knee or something like that. But Paulo's gonna go after him. He's got a chin on him.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great fight.
I wouldn't be surprised if Paulo pulls it out because he's such a beast. Like he's a guy who goes toe to toe with Romero, like just fucking like.
And he digs
nasty.
deep to win those fights.
Digs deep, man.
But I don't know. I just can't
He's a
count out.
nasty motherfucker. This is gonna be Israel's toughest fight
By far. Yeah, by far.
I just think. Oh man, this is gonna be
a great fight.
A great fight, man. This is they're back in Abu Dhabi. This is Fight Island, so it's gonna be 253 pay-per-view, ESPN Plus, and that's it, man.
Happy birthday, man. Happy 35th.
Thank you. Thank you guys for joining us.
You guys email Josh or wish him a happy birthday. MMAcomplex@gmail.com.
Or go on Instagram, leave a comment.
Anything. Wish him a happy birthday.
All right, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We'll catch you guys all next week.
Enjoy the fights.